Yeah, I do translation for a living. Live translation, like face-to-face, it requires a lot of experience. Even how much you learn from the book or how much you have listened or, you know, how to do that, how to do this. It's about like how experienced you are. Because when you're nervous, you're not gonna remember anything. So like the more you have experience, the more you can handle your like pressure. And that is like one of the most important facts. Another thing is about, because translation requires a lot of knowledge on a certain area or a proficiency, because if you're doing translation, but if you're translating for different industry, that could be a total different thing. So for example, as an example, I mostly translate for fishermen and things related to fishery industry or labor rights. If today you want me to, you know, translate something, let's say something related to NASA or everything outer space, I'm not gonna be able to do a good job because I don't have experience on that. I don't have the knowledge that we need for that. So this is what I'll say. You need a lot of preparation on a certain industry or where you're working, and then you need a lot of experience. And third is you don't want to be afraid to make mistakes, because you're gonna learn from that. Just keep doing that, and then eventually you will improve as a translator. That's what I'll say. So this is a very funny thing. It's like I learned several languages, and I found out that languages, it's not like mathematics or science. You don't learn it like an equation that you can solve it 1 + 1 = 2, 3 + 2 = 6. Because if that's the case, English or any language will be so easy. You don't even have to learn anything about it. But instead, language is a culture. You learn language, you don't only learn the words, the vocabulary, the pronunciation, but instead you're learning the whole picture of a culture or a country. Because learning English, you want to look at it as it's like music. It's like music. You want to learn, you want to feel, you want to understand what is the thing behind it. Not only learning it by, you know, by the words or memorizing things. And with that in mind, I mean, you will experience more fun than, you know, just memorizing words. Yes, because it's cheaper. Let's say in London, you need to spend probably $1 million for tuition to pay the school, and you need to spend another $1 million for your daily living, rent, for food and everything. It's so expensive, so you need to spend more than $2 million a year. But in the Philippines, you don't have to do so. Like the tuition is way cheaper, and then the food and the life is just way cheaper there. So I think, again, if you are thinking about saving, you know, budget-wise, you can go learn English in the Philippines. But of course, if you want to learn, if you have the money, you have to learn English in other countries. I'm gonna say no with that. Because me personally, I don't care about accents, to be honest. Like, because English is not only about American accent or British accent. English is about being able to communicate with someone else and being able to use it as a tool to connect with people. So of course someone will care so much about the accents, but you can eventually work on that. So in a way, yes, it might affect your accent a little bit. So of course, if you're learning English in the Philippines, you're not gonna have the American accent, because I mean, you're not in America. But if you're talking about just learning English, of course, it's gonna be a problem. As long as your English is understandable, and that's good enough in my opinion.